The finalists for Seattle's next police chief are out with one big surprise. Interim Chief Carmen Best is not one of the final three. Instead, the finalists are three outsiders. First, there's Eddie Frizzell. He's an inspector with the Minneapolis Police Department. That's the equivalent of a captain. He's in the National Guard and he served in Iraq. Frizzell sued the Minneapolis Police Department in 2016, claiming he was wrongfully demoted because he ran for sheriff. That lawsuit was thrown out. Cameron McClay most recently served as police chief in Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette called him a reformer, but someone who clashed with officers too. McClay resigned in 2016 after a no-confidence vote from the police union and scrutiny from a speech at the Democratic National Convention. Before Pittsburgh, he spent nearly 30 years with the Madison Police Department before taking that job in Pittsburgh. And Eli Reyes is the assistant chief of police in Austin, Texas. He's been with the department for 2 decades. Before that, he served in the Army and he was awarded the Purple Heart. He helped investigate the package bombings throughout Austin earlier this year. But what about the interim chief, Carmen Best? A source told us the search committee found serious systemic problems within the Seattle Police Department. They thought an outsider would be the best fit to fix the issues. But 2 members of the Community Police Commission felt that Best was left off the list because she's a woman of color.
I mean, I look at it. Seattle is a progressive, racist town.
What essentially happened was systemic racism. The black woman was X'd out.
In a statement tonight, Best said it's been an honor to serve the city, and she'll continue to serve until a new chief is confirmed.